This is the most common name from Eric McCoy, Aaron Brewer, Rob Hunt, Cesar Ruiz. This guy is in those guys' top 5 most challenging. Is none other than D tackle Maliek Collins. You get down to Dallas, first week, you broke your foot. What's going through your mind? Playing next to Myles Garrett, does he free you up from all of the double teams that you had to face throughout your career?
Yeah, for sure. But Myles is incredible. I don't even think he's at his peak yet, though, man. Like when he
What?
said
Hold on, what?
he got more, I can see him getting more.
Welcome to the set. This is where I set the tone, set the standard, and bring you on set with some of the biggest names in sports, culture, and in life in general. These stories are real, the conversations are genuine, and the legacies, we set those too. This is the set. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the set. I am your host, T-stead. I have a very special guest here today. Before I intro my guest, I've had several All-Pro and Pro Bowl offensive linemen come up here on the set. And we love to do a top 5. Who gave you the most trouble, X, Y, and Z. This is the most common name from Eric McCoy, All-Pro, Aaron Brewer, All-Pro, Rob Hunt, Pro Bowl, Cesar Ruiz, and there was one other. This guy name is in those guys' top 5 most challenging, most just worst matchups. Is none other than D tackle Maliek Collins. My dog, how you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
All good, bro. You hear me with the intro, and these guys have spoke highly about your name, competing against you, what you're able to do as a player, as a rusher. How does that make you feel?
It make you feel good, man. That's why I play the game, man. I earn the respect of my peers, to go out there and compete, you know what I'm saying, against the best. You know what I'm saying? I take that as a challenge. Whenever I see somebody that's all Pro Bowler across from me, man, I gotta make sure I put on the show. So, you know, man, it's rewarding to know that they respect my game.
That's fire. That's fire. And they definitely do. I'm talking about repeatedly Maliek
Yeah.
Collins' name coming up. I'm telling you. Brew from Miami, the center from Miami, he was like, listen, dog. Yeah, for sure. That's dope. That's dope. All right, my brother, you are entering into your 11th year. You have had an incredibly successful career, very productive. You just coming off a career high in sacks in Cleveland. Talk to me about your year in Cleveland. What was able to propel you to have your career year in sacks?
Well, it was cut short. I was hoping to take the top off, man. I was ready to run away with it, but Jeff got it this year, most sacks at D tackle.
Yeah.
But I mean, man, I just started out with just having fun, man. Just coming out there and being like, man, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna compete against the best. Um, I mean, I couldn't did it alone. I got great teammates. I mean, you start with Myles Garrett
Got a
right next
few.
to me.
Yeah, you got a few.
You know what I'm saying? Got MG right next to me. Got the other MG, Mason Graham over there, right on the other side. So, A Wright or Isaiah McGuire, whoever was at in at the point at that time. I just started off with, giving all praises to my teammates. You know what I'm saying? I got a coach to let me do what I do. Let me go in there and rock. You
That's
know what I'm saying? That's what started off with it. You know what I'm saying? Jock, he let me do me. And that's something I've always been able to do in my career. Um, that's something I appreciate.
fire. I actually jumped the gun, Maliek. I'm gonna go back. I want to go back about more of your journey before we get to Cleveland, because I have some questions about Cleveland and what you guys were able to do defensively last year. But before we go there, let's go back to your hometown. You went to Center High School in
Yep,
Kansas City, Kansas.
yep.
What's the difference
High
between?
school in Missouri. It's in Kansas City, Missouri. They're gonna get on your ass. You say that.
See, that's crazy.
Missouri.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, that's perfect, because that's where my question was leading. I'm from East St. Louis, Illinois, and
Oh,
we know
okay.
St. Louis, Missouri, but we
Yeah.
don't claim St. Louis, Missouri. We are East St. Louis, Illinois, and I will correct
No.
somebody just like you just corrected me. So I take no
Yep.
offense, my good brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the difference between Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas?
It's crazy, man. I'm actually from both. I was born in Kansas City, Kansas. I stayed over there for up until like seventh grade, and then I moved to Missouri for high school, basically. Rest of middle school and high school. It is a big difference though. Kansas is just like it's just Kansas. It's smaller town vibes. It's a little bit slower. Missouri, you get more like city vibes, public transportation, like things like that. Um, but it is a big difference between the two, and it's like ongoing feuds between the two, just like St. Louis and East St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? So it's similar to that, I would say.
Okay, no, for sure. So not only did you play football in high school at Center High School, O line and D line, which
Hmm.
I want to know why you got away from us and went over to the D line side.
Yeah. Well, I went to Nebraska. And when I got to Nebraska, Bo was like, man, we want you to play D line. We don't want you to play O line. So we think you have an O lineman. But, I played tackle in high school because it was just like, we
Oh,
was kind of
what?
shorthanded.
Yeah.
So I played right tackle. We ran the ball a lot, of course. But, um, yeah, I had to switch over to the other
How
side,
was it? How
man.
was O line? Was it fun? Was you mauling people out there?
I played the same way I played D line. I just grab them,
Ooh.
just run them to the ground. I tried to get, man, 10 pancakes a game. That was my goal, man.
Out there punishing them kids, man.
You already know.
All right,
Yeah.
so an interesting, very interesting, impressive note, Maliek, is 48 and 0 wrestling career.
Yeah.
Your senior year, Missouri 2A state champion.
Yeah.
Damn. What how did that come about? What got you into wrestling?
I didn't make the basketball team, man. When I took
Oh,
that, it
wow.
made me hot. I was sad, man. I always wanted to be a hooper. I was like, damn, I couldn't. I didn't even make the team. I'm like, man, I got to do something. I just can't get fat. So I went in and was like, man, I'm gonna just wrestle, man. I'm gonna channel this and do something different. So I wrestled,
When did you
and
start wrestling? When was your first year wrestling?
seventh grade,
Okay. Okay.
I was trash. I think I won one match that year. Eighth grade, I quit ninth grade and I came back 10th grade. It was rough, but I thugged it out and I ended up winning state my senior year. I should have been a two-time state champ, but I wasn't ready for a junior year. But I won a senior year though.
What happened junior year?
I lost early and I
Mm,
couldn't shake back from it.
got you.
All I was focused on was winning the state championship, and then I lost early. I ain't care about placing or nothing after that, and looked too far ahead, lost.
Damn. You
Yeah,
wanted that. You wanted that 48 and 0.
that's it.
You did
That's
it.
it.
You did it. Was you
So
would you feel like you could have pursued a career in wrestling further?
I had a, I had a couple like wrestling offers, more so smaller schools, but also in Nebraska, they was like, man, if your coach lets you wrestle, we'd love to have you in the wrestling room. By that time, I was too big though, man. I always have been a little bit bigger. Wrestling they capped it at 285. I was always like 315,
Oh, okay.
310.
I got you.
So I would have to drop some weight. So that would have been a little tough for me.
I feel you. I feel you. And the food be too good to be it be too seasoned.
Man, what? Yeah.
All right, so I want to know why Nebraska? Because being from Kansas and Missouri, being right on that border, you had offers from Kansas, you had offers from Mizzou, you had an offer from Iowa. How'd you end up in Nebraska?
Um, it's really crazy. My son was on the way. Um,
Oh
uh,
man, fire!
yeah, I had a child on the way, and I was just like, man, what am I about to do? I didn't want to go to Mizzou because it was too close to home. It's only like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. I'm like, that'd be too accessible. So I chose Nebraska, which was 3 hours away. And then I knew I needed to go three and out. I'm like, man, I can't be in college with a kid this whole time. I gotta go three and out. I gotta get out of here. So
Wow.
um, I seen that as the fastest way to the field, and I knew I was leaving that third year no matter what. So I just did them three and got up out of there.
Damn, where did that come from, Malik? How did you know like the NFL was there, like was in arm's reach? When did you know that you was an NFL player?
I didn't. I just knew the timelines, and I was just like, man, I gotta make this happen. Um, I didn't even really even start looking at college until like 10th grade.
Damn.
and like really understanding. Then I had to lock in junior and senior year, get my grades together. Um, and then I was like, all right, it's time to pursue this to go further. Once I got to college, I was trash too. When I first got there, I was man. My first practice,
You fuck-
I got drove down the field like 15 yards
no,
by
you did.
Spencer Long. By Spencer Long, he was an All American in Nebraska at the time, and he drove me down the field. He didn't dump me. I had to stay up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
He didn't dump me. I stayed up, and man, I looked myself in the mirror. I'm like, man, I gotta make sure I get my shit together so I can roll.
No, that is hilarious. So yeah, you already you go to Nebraska with the plan of going 3-0. Like you willing to bet on yourself, had that investment. I want to ask Maliek, did your son have a lot to do with your path? Like that motivating factor to make sure you do everything you need to do to be 3-0.
For sure, for sure. I knew my son and then my upbringing as well. Come from like humble beginnings, like everybody say, you know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
I just knew that I had to be the one to change it. And then me, you know what I'm saying, having a son at, 17 years old, I was like, man, I gotta make this happen. So I just locked in from that point, man. There wasn't no parties, there wasn't no going out. It was
Wow.
in the gym, on the field. Like I got old videos on my Instagram from like 2014, like doing pass rush moves, and they awful. I just ain't never took them down. I'm like, man, I gotta always go back and look at this and be like,
Yeah.
this is a reminder to where I came from. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire, bro. That's fire. What damn, I want to know more about this space right here. Like
Yeah.
so the like I'm trying to find the all the points of motivation, all the drives. You say your upbringing was challenging. Talk to me about the way you grew up and in the household and how it helped mold you into
Yeah.
who you became.
It started out smooth, man. To be honest with you, I lost my dad when I was 6 years old. That's what
Mhm.
really shook everything up. So losing him, you know what I'm saying, which was like a matriarch in my family. Like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? He basically handled everything. He was a fixer, but that also made him cut his life short just by, all the stress, all the expectations of doing so much as the man of the not just the house, the man of the family.
for
You know what
sure.
I'm saying?
So
And I immediately kind of followed in those steps as a kid. Like I was like, man, I like childhood. I was like, man, I grew up fast, man, for real. Um, and that was I seen how he was even at the age of 6, like, and then I heard stories about him, and that just became like my motivation. Like, man, I want to be like my dad. I want to be like my dad.
wow.
Um, in every facet, and then you know, just stand down, staying prayed up, always having faith in my process, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, yeah. How did you uh how did you handle all that pressure, bro? Losing your dad at 6, taking on his responsibility, even if you couldn't do much financially at the time,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But as you grew older, you felt responsible for your family. Having a son at 17, a kid having a kid, how did you
hmm
handle all that pressure and still go to Nebraska and execute what you needed to execute?
It had to be God, bro. I don't
For
know.
sure.
As I look back on it, I'm like,
For sure.
my son is 12 years old now. Um, I'm like, man, I don't know. When I was 12, I was thinking a totally different way than he thinking, but I'm thinking like how, how green he get to be, how much of a kid he gets to be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Facts.
just like, man, I love that for him. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, when I was 13 years old, I was totally different. Um, I guess, I mean, it had to just be God, man. It
For
had to
sure.
be, just being blessed in that process, and always having perspective that things could always be worse. Instead of having a baby at 17, I could have had one at 14. And it would have, or I couldn't have no scholarship on the plate. You know what I'm saying? So I just seen, just always been able to compare to different circumstances and never look down on my own.
Your story it gives me chills, bro. But it makes me smile too to see the success come out of handling all the pressure and everything. Because I had to grow up fast as well. I had to
Yeah.
become the leader of the family. and especially financially early too. And then I had my twin daughters in college, so that
Mhm.
I always say, I always tell people, I wouldn't have made it to the league if I didn't. If I didn't have them
Yeah,
girls on the way, if them twins went on the way, I wouldn't have found that motivation to sacrifice everything to really get there. So I appreciate you sharing that. Your story, bro, is motivating, inspirational for sure, no question.
yeah, for sure.
All right, so you go down to Nebraska. You MVP in 2014, captain in 2015, two-time All Big Ten. Incredible career at Nebraska. Off topic, when did you learn about Terrence Bud Crawford? Because I know he's Nebraska through and through. Everybody idolized that man out there. When did you learn
Yeah.
about Bud Crawford?
Man, I was going to boxing in 2014. I was watching him
No
fight
way.
in 2014. I promise.
Wow.
I remember, man. I remember telling people, I'm like, man, he'll beat Earl Spence. This is like 20 when I'm playing in Dallas. We watching Earl Spence fight. I think it was Mikey Garcia. Now, was it Mikey Garcia? I think it was Garcia back then, or Danny Garcia. And I'm like, man, Bud, he just don't want to fight Bud. He don't want to fight Bud. And I'm just like, man, I know Bud to beat him. And everybody looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm just like, all right, all right. Man, I
Damn.
won so much money off that him and Earl Spence fight. That was like years in the making, bro. I was making that bet in 2020. People.
Dog. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Did he ever, you guys ever meet him? Did he ever come to the school?
No, I actually never met him.
Okay.
I actually never met him. But man, I always watched him from afar. Seeing his story motivated me as well. Just like
Oh,
it's the type of dog he is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Um, any fight, anytime he fought out of season, which he always fight in September really, which always pissed me off for real. But anytime he fought when we wasn't in season, I was there.
dang, that's fire.
Whether it's the Miracon in New York, like I was always at the fights. Yeah.
I missed him, bro. He retired now. I'll never see Bud fight in person. I didn't see
Yeah.
Floyd. Yeah, I'm tripping.
It was special. It's special, man, especially in Omaha. You know, like that's his hometown, so that he is Omaha, really. To be honest with you,
Yeah, yeah.
and going there, you watch him in that arena, it was crazy. And I was, you talking about way up at the top, bro. I couldn't see nothing. I'm just looking at the screen, but I'm seeing like how it is, like you know what I'm saying. And I'm just like, dang, like this is he like that,
I'm sure the energy in the building was just, you can't even describe it.
man. It was crazy.
Man. All right, so let's leave Nebraska. Third round
Yeah.
pick, 67 overall, down to the Dallas Cowboys.
hmm
What was your draft experience like? Where were you when you heard your name called?
I was at a hotel in Kansas City. I had all the fam there. I didn't. I hoped I would go on the first night, but I was like, man, I don't really know how it's gonna go. And so the second night, I made sure everybody was there. Um, I was just sitting there, man, waiting on the call. Second round went, and the third round, I'm like, I gotta go in this round. Somebody gotta come get me. You know what I'm saying? I start seeing more D tackles come off the board. Um, and yeah, I rolled off. Dallas called me. I was like, man, this is crazy. Going to Dallas. I had on like a navy blue suit too. So I was like, man, it's time. Like,
Wow.
hey,
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it was a blessing. It changed my life forever.
During the pre-draft process, what was your interaction with the Cowboys?
Big Cat came and worked me out.
Okay.
Um, he came and worked me out in Nebraska. And it was like, man, it was one of the longest workouts I remember, bro. It was like, and it was like 6 degrees outside too.
Oh
But he
man.
came and worked me out in the indoor. And I'm full of sweat. I'm sweating like crazy. And he's like, "Oh man, there's one more thing. I need you to hit the sled." I'm looking around in the indoor. I'm like, "Man, there ain't no sled in here." He's like, "Yeah, we gotta go outside. Like it's 6 degrees outside. It's snow kind of like around the sleds. The field is clear, like around the sleds." He's like, "Man, I need you to strike the sled for me." And I'm like, "Damn, man, like now?" You know what I'm saying? I went out there and did it, and I mean, and then I met with Marinelli at the combine. I
Okay.
met with the Cowboys and Marinelli at the combine. Um, that's another person we got to hit on, man. Marinelli is.
Let's
I
talk
ain't
about him.
never.
Who is Marinelli? What was his role at in Dallas?
Rod Marinelli, he was my um, DC. D-line coach, father figure, mentor.
Wow. Wow.
And he was everything for us, man. I mean, he still is. You can hit his line now, and he's still gonna pick up. You know what I'm saying? He still send you text messages throughout the season, let you know what he see, let he stay active in the game. But one thing he did, man, he taught us life lessons through football.
Wow. Love it.
He believed in building a man before the player. So, you ever notice Dallas used to have like a lot of people that had like troubled past.
Yeah.
He took that as a challenge. He took having Greg Hardy as a challenge. He took having you know
All
guys
this.
like
Yeah.
David Irvin as a challenge. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
For sure.
And that's his specialty. And he done coached some greats. He coached Sap, which is my favorite player of all
I
time.
can
The
see that.
tackle.
I definitely see that.
Yeah.
I definitely see
And
that.
I was just like, damn, like he that dude.
Where is he now? Where's Coach Marinelli now?
He's retired. He's still in Dallas though.
Okay.
He's in Dallas. Just enjoying his grandkids, enjoying his daughters. He always talked to us about enjoying his wife too. He always talked to us about like, just like life lessons, like Flower Friday for your ladies.
Hmm.
Just like so many different
No,
things, man.
that's
Just
fire.
this stuff I teach my kids to this day. You know what I'm saying? It's ingrained in my mind from my 5 years with them.
That's fire for sure. All right. In Dallas, you just get drafted. It's the biggest moment of your life. You dreams come true. All those good things. You get down to Dallas, and you in the first week, you broke your foot.
Broke my foot.
What's going through your mind?
Uh, how long is the timeline? All right, bet I'll be back. That's it.
Really, just that.
That's it. It could be worse. It could be worse. It could have been a ligament issue. It could have been a knee issue that early on in my career. But I'm like, it's just a foot. Like, I wasn't wearing the right cleats. That's part of the reason. But yeah, that was pretty much it. This next, how do I move forward?
Was there any noise from the outside? Any coaches looking at you funny, or you feeling that way, or the team? You know what I mean? Any whispers from outside?
Yeah.
Anything online that got to you?
Oh yeah, it was online. It was like, but we're gonna skip forward. I broke my foot 3 times down there. Um,
Mm.
in almost consecutive seasons. I never missed a game from it. You know what I'm saying? But in the off season, I had 3 foot surgeries. Uh,
Damn.
three, yeah, damn near 3 years consecutively. Yeah. But I would see online somebody was like, man, he had glass feet, like glass slippers. It was going crazy. And I mean, I'm like, I see it, and it's just like, it's just motivation to just come back and just shut them all up, bro. Just that's something it don't matter.
Did the Twitter trolls ever get to you, bro? Did they ever affect you? The online trolls and hecklers. Did they ever
Nah,
bother you?
nah, not really. I mean, I seen something one time. Somebody was predicting me to get cut in training camp, and I was just like, I mean, you can't be watching the same game I'm watching. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, how? Like, you know what I'm saying? Uh, I think it was going into my 4th year, and I'm like, I'm hooping. They ain't no way I'm getting cut. Like, it's just crazy to even say that.
No, for sure.
Are you watching this practice? Like, I watch this practice. Nah, you can't. So
Were you 2016, 17? Yeah. So all right, practicing against that offensive line that they had in
mhm.
Dallas. Zack Martin, T. Fred,
when it gets them, when it gets them every day.
Ron Leary, Tyron Smith, Doug Free. Like, how
Yeah.
was it practicing against that unit?
It was crazy. First time me and Travis went against each other, we got into it. Cause I don't know if he felt like I was just too amped up. Like I was ready to go though. I'm like, I'm a firing off in your shit. Like I don't care who you is.
You
Like
weren't you weren't nervous at all? This man is multiple all pros, all that good stuff, you know?
I mean, I was nervous, but I mean, what you gonna do? You gonna get out there and just call it a stalemate? Like, nah, I gotta embarrass you.
Ooh.
I grew up
Yeah.
on like when I was a kid, we didn't have no basketball team, so we used to do like the and one. So you used to see and one like people
Yeah.
and one Harlem Globetrotters. They used to come to Kansas City, and we used to go watch them. So I remember like watching like Hot Sauce or like Escalade or like Bone Collector like
For
come
sure.
through.
For sure.
And that's kind of how I developed my rush style too. So, um,
Insane.
yeah. So I was like, "Oh, I gotta. It's all about creating and countering momentum to me. So I used to line up against whoever, and I used to just go do my move, go hoop.
Insane.
Yeah,
Insane, bro. So you
yeah,
you you watching and one, you watching AO, you watching Half Man, Half Amazing, and
yeah.
implementing that into your football rush style. How? Like, how did you take those movements and put those into a pass rush plan?
I didn't really know what I was doing early on, and then I think Rod kind of like solidified that, and he was like, he kind of put in the word form. It was like creating counter momentum, right? So if I take a step, whether I'm however I'm doing it, like whether I'm stepping vertical, whether I'm stepping inside, like that, they have to shift momentum. Y'all got to shift momentum. You got to come with me, like if we one on one. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And then how do I counter out of that? You know what I'm saying? Then I got to counter for a counter. So it's just like, you know, that's just a hoop.
So
I
you
don't
you
know.
you Bud Crawford, you're a counterpuncher. You
Yeah,
Bud
without the
Crawford.
gloves on.
Without,
I ain't without the gloves. You know what I'm saying? I like to basically. I'm thinking like I'm hooping without a ball.
mm.
Because it's harder to do it with a ball. I can't do it with a ball at all. But I'm hooping on grass like without the ball.
All right. So will we see a play this year where you and Myles Garrett do the basketball lead up before rush? Can we see that?
I hope so.
I
I
hope
hope
so.
so. It seemed like it's gonna be some fun, man. I went up there and met with the new coaches. Like it seemed like we're gonna get active. So
We
I'm
gonna we
hoping.
gonna get to Cleveland. We still in Dallas right now. We still in
Yeah,
Dallas. We gonna get to Cleveland. Um,
yeah.
yeah. Before we move on to the next squad, how would you describe your time in Dallas? Being this team that drafted you, being America's team, you know what I mean? Having that star on your helmet, the significance of that. How would you describe your time in Dallas?
I think Dallas was big for my confidence. Going against all pros, going
Yeah.
against probably one of the most decorated guard, probably the most decorated guard of all time, is Zack Martin. I mean, I went against him. He never missed practice. He never missed games. So I went against him every single day. Jason Garrett called me out compete period against him, at least once a week, you know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
that's my matchup, you know what I'm saying? And having
That's
having
fire,
people
bro.
yeah, having people like him to compete against, it just really it got me like, oh, I can do this. Like I can hoop with anybody. This is me, you know what I'm saying? So that's I credit that, you know what I'm saying, to coaching and not being scared to coach either. Like they,
Sure.
show.
Wow. Interesting. It's very interesting you mentioned compete period because I just did a sit down with Zach Martin. And
Oh, for real?
I just did a sit down with Zach Martin.
Yeah.
And he talked about compete period and how you don't want to be embarrassed. Like you got to put your best in front of the whole team.
Man,
It's just y'all two. Like, and you bring it up.
yeah.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
They circle you up. They circle you up. Everybody just standing there looking at you. Like, so if you jump off sides, you look like a dumbass. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
You get stonewalled at the line. Oh, it's awful. Like, you know what I'm saying? So especially like they used to try to finish you at the end too. That's what
For
Travis is good at. He
sure.
tried to finish you. You spin on him, he catch a spin, he gonna try to grab you. Like, I'm like, nah, I ain't going out like that. We gotta fight. Before that happens, we gotta fight. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, let's fly out west to Las Vegas. You go to the Raiders 2020. How was it being in Vegas with the Raiders, their first season in Vegas,
Yeah.
and also handling the pandemic that year?
It was tough. It was tough.
Yeah.
I felt kind of played a little bit in that free agency. I was like, man, I wanted to sign a multi-year deal. It didn't happen. I ended up signing 1 year, which I'm super grateful for that year. Um, I went out there. I didn't play well at all.
Why
I
is
had
that?
a great print. I don't know. I look back on it and I'm just like, man, I don't know if I was looking too far ahead. Similar to like that junior year in wrestling.
Mm,
I was looking too far ahead, not really focused on it now. But man, all I gotta do is play ball, and I'm gonna get a new contract. You know what I'm saying? Just looking too far ahead. I tell players all the time, man, like stay where you at, like stay present in the moment. You know what I'm saying? You can't look too far ahead. And I think that's one thing that I did. I looked too far ahead. Um, and later, I had 0 sacks.
Oh no, you didn't.
First time in my career, only time in my career too. And it was just like it was heartbreaking, man. I reevaluated everything after that. I overanalyzed so much. I reevaluated everything, and I was just
Yeah,
like, man, I'm coming back totally different. You know what I'm saying? So,
and you did,
um,
and you did. You go down to
yeah,
Houston,
yeah.
and boom.
But I played with some great people there that I still got relationships with to this day. Max Crosby,
For
Cleveland
sure,
Farrell,
for sure.
Trent Brown, um, Arden Key. You know what I'm saying? People that
Fire,
I highly respect how they play the game.
fire. I just did a sit down with Trent Brown too, so it's nice to
Yeah.
hear these names. I was gonna skip through this with in Vegas because I was on the Saints when we played the first game ever
Yeah.
in that Vegas stadium, and
And
y'all
the beat
upset us.
y'all.
Y'all did
Yeah.
upset.
Yeah. I probably wasn't a contributing factor because I played terrible that year, but I remember we beat y'all. I was
Y'all
like,
did.
yeah, yeah,
Darren Waller, bro. Darren Waller was unstoppable. He probably had 200 yards.
yeah, yeah.
He went
He's
crazy.
still he's still like that, man.
For
If he
sure.
wanted to play, he like that.
For sure.
You know.
That's a fact. All right, so we
Yeah.
leave Vegas, back down south, back to Texas. You land in Houston with the Texans 2021 through 2023. In 21, you had your first career interception. So you didn't have a productive year in Vegas. You come down to Houston, and right off the bat, you got an interception off Jacoby Brissett. Can you
Yeah.
describe that play for me? Talk me through that play.
Uh, a tip ball. Something I didn't really used to believe in. Like people, get your hands up at the line. Get your hands up. I'm like, man, that's not rushing. Like you know what I'm saying? Uh, my teammate Ross Blacklock, he tipped the ball, and I was just right there to catch it. I was on a double team. I'm playing it like, which way Jacoby gonna scramble? Took the ball. I caught it. I was like, oh man, this is crazy. Um,
What you do with
I went straight down. It was already on the ground.
it?
I went straight down. I was like, man, yeah,
Come on, man. You got to get some yak.
I know, right? I ain't getting none at all.
You got to get some yak. You had a very productive time down in Houston.
Yeah,
11 sacks, playoff appearance, went crazy in the playoffs. What about Houston or your reevaluation from Vegas to Houston helped generate all that production?
I think it was come like the state that Houston was in when I got down there. It was in like a true rebuild. Like 17 free agent signings, like rebuild, like
Mm,
coming in. We not even meeting at a facility. We just meeting at a hotel, and we damn near having a team meeting with just free agents. Like you know
wow.
what I'm saying?
Wow.
Um, Coming down there like that, and I was kind of scared after leaving Vegas. I thought it might be over. I'm like, cause I know my minimum. I want to always be able to play for, and I was like, I'm not gonna be able to get that. Like, how do I? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Um, so I had to like go earn it. You know, and that was part of the plan of being down there. Um, they gave me like they let me be me. Um, Under Lovey, which was a strong confidant to Rod Marinelli. Um,
Shout out Lovey
and
Smith.
yeah, Lovey a real one. Um, and they let me rock. They let me be me, and that was it.
How was the progression from being a rebuild team to being a playoff team over
Yeah,
the course of your time down there? How did that happen?
it was crazy because we knew we just had bad luck, man. It was people getting hurt. Um, we started off decent. Tyrod got hurt the first year. Davis came in. He was, a rookie, you know. Um, and then we just knew that we just needed a couple pieces. Come that next year, I mean, you went through Cully, and you get Lovey, then they get the number 2 pick. They draft CJ, and they get Will. You get the right pieces.
Yeah.
Bring in D'Amico, um, and that was the change.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. For sure. For sure, yeah, that was fire. For sure. For sure.
Just Sting. They brought Sting in. You get them type of players. Them is generational talents.
Facts.
They changed the game for you.
You hit on them, yeah. You hit on them draft picks, man. It changed your whole team for sure. Stingley
Yeah.
is incredible,
Amazing.
incredible.
Yeah,
What's Do you have a? Would you say it's a different mindset or approach from a regular season game to a playoff game?
for sure. For sure. I think so, but just because I mean you approach it the same way you always have, but the only thing is if you lose, you're going home. So um that playoff game down in Houston in 2020, what the 2024, was 2024, 2023 season.
23.
Yeah. Yeah, 23 season. We had just played the Browns a week, like 2 weeks before that. And we didn't have CJ. We went there with Case Keenum. And I mean we couldn't stop them on offense. Coop went crazy. I think he had like 250 or something like that. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? Yeah, went crazy on us. Joe Flacco was in there doming him. You know what I'm saying? And we like, oh man. So we got to run it back like 2 weeks later in the playoffs, and it was over with.
Yeah, yeah. For
It was over
sure.
with.
All right, let's go to San Francisco, back out west to the Bay. So you were traded to San Francisco
Yeah.
for 2 draft picks.
Bag of
Um,
chips. Yeah.
how was that being out there in that with that franchise? A lot of history, a lot of success. Kyle Shanahan, Super Bowl
Yeah.
appearances. Robert Saleh back in San Francisco. What was that like?
I think Shanahan probably is my favorite coach I done played for
Wow.
up until this point. I haven't really got to play for Monken yet, but like you talk about somebody that's like knowledgeable about the game, somebody that come in there and talk special teams, offense, defense. You know what I'm saying? Talk about their coaching, the way they're coached, the amount of love he got for the game. Like you know what I'm saying? He look at it like he's playing the game too.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So seeing that and then being around them type of players as well is crazy. So it's just um, that was a great season, a great time there too. Like I always want to play for Chris Kaserik too.
Mhm.
Um, I think he's one of the best at what he does, and yeah,
What is it about San Francisco where D linemen go and has just had their best year? Like they just have a
yeah.
career year. What is it that it consistently happens?
I think it's just the expectation. Like you get there, you see all these, you like, all right, we're gonna have a high scoring offense. Um, you get there and you like, all right, we're gonna have a secondary. You're gonna have Fred and them playing behind you. You know what I'm saying? And all you got to do is just do your part. And they preach it. You know what I'm saying? They shown the investment that they put in offensive linemen. I mean, defensive linemen over the years, um, from draft picks. You know what I'm saying? Going back to like Armstead and Buck when they was there.
Yeah.
Um, you see just like you know just the way they invest in that front. And you
Nick
like, man, I
Bosa.
can't wait to pro. Nick Bosa for sure. Um, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's just it. Then you're gonna be coached. Chris gonna be on you. He gonna do the same things every day. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like it or not, and he gonna push you to be your best. He very intense. Um, somebody I respect a lot in this game.
What's different? What's different from his coaching style than any other D line coaches that you've had? That
I think this, yeah, I think just sometimes just the intensity.
okay.
He's always on it. Always like he lived, breathe. You know what I'm saying? D line play. He don't want to be nowhere else. He don't want to be doing nothing else but coaching D line.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? You get with some coaches and they're like, yeah, when I'm a head coach, when I'm this, when I'm a D line coach, you know what I'm
Got
saying? He
you.
stays present. Um, his cut ups.
Got
You gonna be watching 200 play cut ups in meetings just about D line play. You know what I'm saying?
I do not miss meetings, bro.
Man, what?
I do not miss meetings at all.
And I've always been in a fun meeting room. That was not a fun meeting room. That was just like very straightforward. This is what we doing. So I was just like, it was just a place where you go lock in, play ball. I mean, you have fun, of course,
Yeah.
but go play ball.
Let's go present day, Maliek. So Cleveland Browns. The you guys' defense was incredible all year. You had a career year in sacks this season. It was cut short by injury. So you had a quad injury, had to get surgery during the season. Where are you right now with that recovery?
I'm about bro, almost 5 months out, so 4.5 months or so. I feel good though. I feel good. I've been working. Um, my trainer here, Coop. Uh, People need to show love to James Cooper. He's a
Okay.
he's a hell of a trainer. I don't think people know enough about him, but he the same guy
That's
that
fire.
Adrian Peterson worked with when he came back off his ACL and
Mm.
won MVP. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Um, he's that dude when it comes to that.
Shout out James Cooper for sure.
Multifaceted and everything. Trained Trent Williams all these years. You know what I'm saying? And he's the guy to go to, especially in Houston. But I mean, I'm just grinding out, man. Wake up, I do PT 6 days a week. Uh, at the gym at least 4 or 5 days a week. You know, just grinding, getting through it. I thought it would be like a bigger mental block. I don't know if it's coming later on in this process. I thought people would be like, everybody like, man, you got to make sure you protect your mental and all this. And I'm just like, man, I'm just locked in on this process and
Yeah.
just, it's an everyday. Like I always say, man, things could be worse. It could have been a multi ligament injury. It could have been this, but it's a quad tendon.
That's
Which
something.
is still it's still hard. It's
Yeah.
still hard, but it's just man. I played 10 basically. I would say pretty much injury free seasons, almost 10. Like you know what I'm saying. Like that was my 10th season, so um, it was gonna happen at some point, right? We play this game, this violent game, the way we play this game. Uh, I think I just look at it like it's just part of the game.
I have
How
to
do I respond?
I have to note your mindset, Malik, because this is a common perspective from you. You
Yeah.
are faced with injury, and which a lot of times take people down in the dumps. They face mental
Mhm.
blockages. They have, but every time that you've had adversity, you've responded with, "Man, how soon can I get back?" Or it could have been worse. It could have been this. It could have been.
Mhm.
Where does that come from? How are you able to channel adversity and put it in a lens of positivity so
Mhm.
quickly? Where did that come from?
I think it's just because, man, I got it's so much depending on me. I got 3 kids now. I can't walk around and or be me being the man of the house. I can't walk around and be moping and man feeling woe is me, feeling bad for myself. Like they looking at that, like what I'm saying. I see that. I see how much of an influence I have on them. I see how much of an influence I got on my woman in my life. So it's just like I can't walk around and be like that. Like I gotta respond in the right way. It's not an act. It's just truly like just the mindset. That's how you gotta respond.
For sure.
Um, I'm a piggyback again. Rod Marinelli. When I was in my draft meeting, I didn't know it was him. Even in the back of the meeting, it's like all dark. They got you sitting in the front of the room.
Yeah.
You facing the board, and they showing you your worst plays. You know what I'm saying? And I was in there, I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, how do you respond? And I'm just like, what you mean? Like, he's like, how do you respond? Like very general, like I'm like a dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a respond every time. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just something that really stuck with me.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope, bro. I had to note that because it is real. I see it. It's genuine response. Like, man, it's
Yeah.
you know what I mean. The way you handle it, your response is fire.
Yep.
I appreciate it for sure.
For sure.
Have you had the chance to talk to new head coach Todd Monken? Have you spent any time with him?
Yeah. Yeah. I actually went up there. I went up there a day early before everything started, and I went in there and I talked to him. We had like a 30-minute conversation. He seemed like a good dude, man. He's I mean, he respects my game. I mean, he seemed like a great dude. I can't wait to see what different changes he brings to this organization, and see how far we can take it this year.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Like I say, the defense is fire. Is
Yeah.
established. Offense, you guys got a lot of questions. A lot of
Yeah.
questions offensively. What's your take or and thoughts on your quarterback situation? Shedeur, Deshaun Watson. What's your thoughts?
I don't have any. I think I think I think for the main thing is they both great dudes. I mean, I was with Deshaun for a second in Houston before he got traded up here. So I played against him when I was in Dallas. Like, so I seen the type of player he is. I seen how dynamic he's been in the past. I think he got a lot to prove. I think
Mhm.
Shedeur, super talented. I think he also has a lot to prove going forward. Like, just
Sure.
you know what I'm saying, mainly to themselves. Like, who am I? You know what I'm saying? I think uh I think whoever rolling is whoever we're rolling with. I think that's I think I don't know. I ain't been reading too much, but I think they said it was gonna be like an open competition. So
Yeah,
may the
for
best
sure.
man win.
For
Yeah, may
sure.
the best man win in that situation. I like Shador. I like the swag he brings, the confidence he plays with. You know what I'm saying? Um, Deshaun's a little bit more quieter, but he's still a baller. You know, we can't erase what he's done in the past in this league either. So
It's a fact.
um, I think I think I think it's gonna be good though.
No, no, I appreciate that insight, bro.
And we say and we should and we always just everybody always mention them too, but you know you got other quarterbacks on the roster too. You
Yeah,
know you got Dylan Gabriel still. He's coming
for
into his
sure.
second year. You
For
know
sure.
you never know. It's the NFL, man.
That's a
You
fact.
just never know.
That's a fact
Yeah.
for sure. I'll be looking forward to that competition throughout training camp. It's always tough for quarterbacks having that competition because they don't you can't get hit in practice.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
it's like a simulation, but it's not a real. You know what I mean? You can't. We don't really know until the preseason games happen and all.
hmm
So, but I'll be looking. I'll be watching that competition for sure. See who.
Yeah,
See
preseason, everybody never playing in preseason, you know what I'm saying? You never get the
for
real
sure.
looks. So
Quarterback competition is tough. It's
I
tough.
don't want to be the person making them decisions.
That's a fact. That's a
I
fact.
mean, it's hard decisions to make, man. You got people's jobs and lives in your hands, you know.
Was it like playing next to Myles Garrett? You had the career year, which you had a career year in San Francisco, and you double back with
Yeah.
even better year in Cleveland. What was it like playing next to Myles Garrett? Does he free you up from all of the double teams that you had to face throughout your career?
It's yeah, for sure. I done faced a lot of doubles in my
Yes,
career.
you have.
This year might have been the most probably singles I done had. Just because like the attention of the guard looking at him. Um, but also, what you, me and him on the same side is also kind of iffy too, because you know you got the tight end right there chipping
For
or
sure.
staying in the protection. You got the tackle, and you got the guard, and you know we getting the center
Oh,
slide
you
too.
get
You
this
know what I'm saying?
every time.
You know it. So it's like, all right, how creative can we get with this? Like, how many? What can we do to free both of us up? I think Schwartz did a good job of that last year, making sure we was getting like man pressures to get us hopefully 5-0 in some situations if we could get that. Um, I'm looking forward to getting creative this year on how we get one on ones. But Miles is incredible. Um, I don't even think he's at his peak yet though, man.
Yeah.
Like
What?
when he
Hold on.
said
What?
man, I'm telling you, when he wrote out 25 on his arm, and I know it's hard now, like the 23 sacks and the Jordan brand and all that, like that was a fire rollout,
Fire.
all that.
Fire.
But he got more. I can see him getting more.
What?
Like I know it's hard to get 5 sacks in a game and 4.5 and like that, like that. But dude's so raw. Like
Fire, bro. Fire.
he still got so much he can grow in though too. I don't think people understand that too. Like it's crazy. Freak of nature,
That's
like
sick.
superhuman, like you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, he's amazing.
See, I'm telling you, bro, that's why I'm on this side of the camera talking to you. Like, I'm done with all
So
that shit, man. I'm cool, bro.
yeah.
He just, yeah, the miles of the world, bro. Like, I'm straight on that stress. I've been there, done that. We've had
Yeah.
battles, great battles.
Yeah.
I'm cool. Like, I'm straight. He can keep doing this thing. I hope he get 25. But I don't.
I hope he do too. I mean shit. We
I
need to
want to.
break the sack record
I want to ask you about this.
again.
So, Mason Graham,
Yeah.
Myles is chasing the sack record, and the quarterback slips and fall. Myles is there. Mason Graham jumps on him. He jumps on him, secure the sack, and like confidently, like raise the hand. Boom, that's me. That's mine. I got that one.
Yeah, yeah.
How did y'all feel about that? How did Myles feel about that?
I don't know how MG felt because I wasn't in the building at the time because I had just had surgery, so I was just
Hmm.
coming in for
You
rehab, getting
saw
out of
it
here.
though. You saw it.
I seen it. I seen it. It was the Buffalo game. I seen it, and I was just like, who they gonna give it to? So at first they did give Mason half.
Mm.
At first they did give Mason half, and I know Mason was happy. When we came back out of half, because it was right before halftime. When they came back out of halftime, that sack was split between Alex Wright and Miles, and I was like, oh, they didn't give Mason nothing.
They didn't give Mason none of that sack.
Nah, nah, he didn't get none of it.
What?
Yeah,
No,
he
that's
didn't
crazy.
and he was hot. You know what I'm saying? They did him like that again. It was a questionable one that I had in Vegas, and he hurried up and raised his hand, and I was like, nah, that's me, bro. I got that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so it's competitive. Yeah, that should be a fine though once you try to steal sacks when somebody's trying to break the
I
record
was just
too.
about to
Like
say if that was
it mean more to him. It mean more to him right now.
you, yeah. And Mason, he young, bro. He trying to put his name. You know what I mean? He trying to
Yeah,
get his name going. So I
yeah.
get it. I understand it. If that was you, you break free, Miles break free, quarterback go down. You getting out the way or what? You falling on him?
Oh no, I'm getting that.
Sack record on the line.
I'm making it super. I'm making it super evident that that's me. I'm not giving it to him, no. But
I got
you
you.
know, it's people like Mason. That, you know, I mean, it didn't matter. He raised his hand first. Miles was getting it. Any sack that was coming through me, it was going to be Miles. You
No,
know what I'm saying? They
that's
making
hilarious.
sure that.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. All right, Malik. Before I let you go, I started the show off talking about the offensive lineman that had put you in their top five D
Yeah.
tackles. So I want to ask you the same question: who are the top five offensive linemen that you faced throughout your career?
Uh, I'm gonna start out with the person I win against every day, Zack
For
Martin.
sure.
Um, he gave me challenges that um I ain't never really had to go through.
What
Secondly,
what was it? What was it about him? What made him so?
his ability to recover.
Mm,
Um, he could recover like no other man. I can beat on gave him a jab inside, spent back perfectly, gaining ground. He gonna stick that foot and he gonna go get that hit. You know what I'm saying? And get
run
you
you by.
and keep you off the quarterback. Yeah. And I was like, man, he beat. It don't matter. He gonna try to recover. And I done played him in real games too, and I done got him a couple times. But like, yeah,
That's fire.
he he's tough. Roger Stafford
Shout
made
out
me
Raj for sure.
Roger Stafford. He made me re I wouldn't say reinvent the wheel, but he made me come back like, all right, I that's the one person I circled and was like, I gotta get buckets on him. And we played him in the playoffs and he strapped my shit.
Damn. What was he
Yeah,
in? He was with
when he was in LA.
with the Rams. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, when he was in LA. I had 9 tackles that game. He killed me in a run and pass game. I had 9 tackles, all of them for like a 3 yard gain. So you know that's a horrible day. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You productive on paper, but they all for 3 yard gain. Like you go under the bridge. It don't even matter. And no pressures, no hurries, no none of that. And I was just like I was super humbled after that game, and I was like I'm gonna get him back.
Did you
Um,
ever get your lick back?
yeah, for sure, for sure. I played him again when he was in Tennessee. He was older at that point. Uh, I'm talking fake spin. I'm pulling everything out the bag. Fake spin, outside spin, tempo rushing.
Yeah.
You know, I take pride in having a deep bag too. So, um,
I had a similar experience, bro.
yeah,
Terrell Suggs, and just the Ravens D line, they cooked me. Worst game of my career. It was 2014, so my second year. Worst game of my career. I played them boys again. I was on
yeah,
it. I was on that
yeah,
time. I was on revenge time, leg back, all that. So I get it. I get it.
yeah. Joe Tony,
Fire,
um,
fire.
somebody that's always been a great technician. Super hard to get shifted. like a smaller Zach to me a little bit. Like
Yeah.
the way he recovers is super well. You can't tell his secrets. You know what I'm saying? But I see some things that I can do on that same that was on that same line. I would say Shaq Mason too when he was there.
Fire.
Yeah,
Nice.
somebody that
Nice.
you you have to run through. Um, I'm staying Patriots. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Mike Owen. How you
Yeah.
pronounce his last
Mike O.
name?
Mike O.
Mike O. Yep.
Mike O. For sure. Big
I
dog.
don't like he don't move.
Yeah.
He make you gotta power him, and
And
that's
he's
something that
massive.
what he's massive, and that's always a challenge. Trey Turner.
Oh, okay.
Trey
Trigger
Turner.
Trey, my dog. That's a fire.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to make sure because I just want to make sure that all the dogs still get they love too,
That's
man.
fire,
You know,
bro.
it's modern day. I can't give them too much. You know what I'm saying? But I love going against Trey Smith as well. In today's game,
For sure.
it's a lot of ballers in today's game. But I say that for post career, we can talk about all that then.
No, that's an elite list, bro. Elite list.
Yeah,
Zack Martin, Joe Thuney, first ever protector of the year.
yeah.
Um, who else we had? Trey Smith, Trey Turner. What was the second name?
Roger
Roger
Saffold.
Saffold. Yeah, no, that's elite. Elite
Yeah.
list for sure. Mike O, fire, bro. Fire. I appreciate that for sure. All right, Malik. Appreciate you for joining the set, man. This was incredible. What you've been through, the way you handle pressure and adversity is inspirational. Like it should be studied. I would love for all young players, and not even players, bro, people to
Yeah.
find the power in perspective and the power in your response and approach to whatever you're dealing with. You
Mhm.
have that, and it didn't come from nothing. Like it's been ingrained. It's fire, bro. For real, that's special. So as much as you can, share that. Share your perspective with as many people as you come across. It's all about the response, and I love the way you respond to all of it. I'm sure you are ready. We'll be ready for this upcoming season to have another career year. I'll be watching closely, bro. I'm a fan. Again, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Yes, sir.